Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be doing a little video here that I've been asked to do. I'm not a real video audio guy. We'll start out by this is my dog Scotch, Quill, and Jackie. And they're Australian Shepherds. And I've had them, not these dogs, but I've had Aussies for about 35 years. And like every other dog in the world, they're the best dogs in the world. Anyways, we'll get started. I'm going to go on the internet and a lot of these have been typed in already, so I'm going to hit free clip art. I'm going to go to images, and I've done it with the doggy. I've done it with the pencil. I'm going to do Mr. Clown, and I'm going to save the image, and I'm going to call it a clown clip. And I have everything in a PDF test to just make it easier to do. Save. And minimize. So it should be in here, right there, clone clip. Now I'm going to open up PowerPoint, blank presentation, and I'm purposely not doing a lot of editing or anything on this because it would be death by PowerPoint if you actually sat here and watched me do all of this. Insert picture. As this comes out raw, this is how we're actually going to do it. I'm going to go up to my desktop, and on my desktop is a PDF test. I'm going to open it. There's my clown clip, and I'm going to insert it. So here, I downloaded it. I put it in a PowerPoint presentation. I go to File. This is really, you don't have to do it, but I do it, and I put Save As in the same folder, and I'm going to call this Clown PowerPoint. And I'm going to save it in the PDF test folder. Now we're here again, and we're going back to File again. What we just did, we're doing a second time. File again, Save As again, a PDF test, only this time we're going to rename it. Instead of PowerPoint, we're going to backspace, and we're going to call it a Clown PDF. We're going to go to the drop down here, and we're going to save it as a PDF folder. And we're going to save again. And we can pretty much minimize this now. Now we're going back onto the internet. We're going to get another page. This time we're searching for, well, I've got it right here, actually, PDF to bitmap. Now, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just do a lot of surfing. I like free things. Everything's free so far. First one you come to, right here, PDF to bitmap, converter, free convert. And it was the first one on the page. It's the only reason why I chose it. If you have one that you want to do, feel free to do it. We're going to choose files. A lot of these are ads and different things you can go to. I'm just going straight into the thing. Now here's the PDF that we had made from PowerPoint. So we're going to do the clown PDF. We're going to open it. So it's 131 kilobytes, this clown. We're going to convert it back to a bitmap. And you'll be surprised the size this thing grows. It is now a 25.75 megabyte folder, or file, I should say. We're going to download it. It should be in our downloads, clown PDF. And minimize. So let's go to here to my downloads. There's my clown PDF. And I'm going to take it and put it into my PDF folder. So now, we have a PDF here. We've actually turned it back into a BMP. So what I'm going to do is rename it. Clown BMP. Now, this was the original clip art, PowerPoint to PDF, and then converted it back. So you can actually see originally it was 120 kilobytes. It went to 162 in PowerPoint, then it went back to 132 on a PDF. Now we're at a 26, basically, megabyte file. We're going to open this real quick. And the only reason why I'm going to do that is I'm going to, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to kind of square it up. And I'm not doing anything magical. I just want to square it up. They're not going to be the exact same size. See, it dropped it down to about a 15 megabyte file. Minimize. Minimize and minimize. So I've used Inkscape right here. Today we're going to do Vectric. I have a new file. All of this, 12 by 12, 3/4 of an inch. This is, I'm not going to carve this. The numbers are just in there. So I'm going to hit OK. Then I'm going to import my clip. This was the original 120 kilobyte. It says right there. I'm going to open it. And let's go here. Oops. My bad. Let's go here. And we're going to make this width. We're going to make it 8 inches. And there you have it. So we have this 8 inches. We're going to close. Now we're going to trace it. And I'm just going to pick the black. I'm not going to get into all the different things, why you can do it, what you should do. Preview it. The bitmap layer, let's turn that off. Let's show layer to show this. Click on it. So there's our trace. And close. Now, all of this, we're going to go into node mode. So here's our 120 kilobyte. Now I'm going to concentrate around the eyes. Zoom in around the eyes. So you can kind of see, you got a lot of nodes here. This is a pretty good clip art. But if you notice, you've got some spaces and spaces and spaces. And these are broad arcs. There's not a lot of detail in them. But you kind of get a general idea. And I'm going to save this as, I'm back in my PDF. I'm going to save this as clown clip test 1 as a bcar file. Now we're going to create a new one. Everything's going to stay the same. Here, we're doing the exact same thing again. Only we're going to use the BMP this time. And there you have it. And well, how's that? We'll call that 8 inches. Gonna apply. Same thing again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into tracing. I'm only going to use the black again. I'm going to preview it. Layer 1, layer 2. Let's hide. Let's go to layer 1. And there we are again. I clipped that a little bit, but it's not going to make that big of a difference. Now we're going to go into node mode. Now you can see we're going to go up, do the exact same thing again around the eye, but now you can see just how tight these nodes are. They're everywhere. So this really tightens up if you have a lot of detail work, what you want to do. We'll save this. Save. So basically, I haven't done a lot, but they're almost like solid lines of nodes. And I'm just doing this, they're simple arcs, but when you get into other stuff, um, sometimes there's just not enough nodes or something like that, or you delete one and your line really takes off one way. This is the PDF back to bitmap convert, whereas this one here, you know, I hate it when I do that. You can just see the difference. This is a really clean PDF. Maybe I should have did something else, but that gives you an idea of the eye. We'll bring the eye up on this one. This is your regular bitmap. And then if you actually go to test 2, I'll do it again with the eye. It just, everything's a lot tighter. So depending upon your detail, you've got the one regular mode. This one will just, the more you go in, you can actually see just how many of these you can play with, straighten out, you know, however you want to do it. It really is just a simple way to really increase the amount of information that you get to play with. So that's it. You may use it, you may not use it. I've actually, when I get to laser work with Inkscape, a lot of nodes really can help me out because I have a lot of uh, images, even black and white and different things. And so this just gives me more information to play with. Like I said, very simply, we'll go back over it again. It was a clip art of 121. We made it a PowerPoint presentation, and we made it a PDF, and then we converted it back to a bitmap. So you're looking at 120 kilobytes or 15,500 kilobytes. So like I said, it's a very simple trick, and if you just having problems with it, you might give this a try. It costs absolutely nothing. And I just said I would make the uh, little video here for people who are asking about it. So I hope this was a little bit of information for you. Um, if you can use it, fine. I appreciate you at least listening to the end if you're still here. Thank you very much.